What's going on, Trader Gang? It's your boy Nikki Pips. Happy Sunday to you guys. We're back at it again with another Sunday market breakdown for you guys for gold and US30. So I just want to kind of recap really quick on my journey. So last week we ended the week 3.7K in profit on our 100K Traderify account. So we're about $2,300 away from passing that challenge. So super excited about that. So we're going to see what this week holds. We're going to go through news, see what we have. Tomorrow is a new month and, of course, a holiday. It's Labor Day. So markets are going to be closed. So more than likely, we're not going to look at anything until Tuesday. But let me get everything set up really quick on here. Just make sure I have good audio and visual. But while I'm doing that, show some love in the chat. Mic test, mic test. All right, sounds like we're good. All right, guys. So while I'm doing this breakdown, you know, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'll answer them while I'm going through the breakdown. So let's get into it. So let me share my screen really quick. All right. So we're going to take a look at news first. Let me clear this out. So we'll take a look at news. So starting Monday, of course, it's a bank holiday. So of course we see here. So no trades are going to take place tomorrow. So Tuesday we'll be back at it. Let's see what we have. Tuesday, 6:45. We have final manufacturing PMI. 7, we have ISM manufacturing. So of course this could definitely move the market. Wednesday we have JOLTS job openings at 7 a.m. So a lot of times this just does a quick spike. So if you are going to get into a trade, hopefully you get in, get out from 6:30 market open, you know, Pacific time, or 9:30 Eastern time. Get out within a half hour. So if you're a scalper, this could be a quick in and out for you. For any other type of traders, I would preferably wait until after 7 o'clock just to allow the market to resume its original bias or its original direction, because this could actually cause it to go in the opposite direction, like a pullback, or it could actually spike it in the current direction. But you just got to be careful because you could easily get stopped out. So, and then we do have a lot of yellow folders, but of course, if you look at yellow folders, there's usually an indicator right here, so it's low impact. So it's not really going to alter anything too much. Thursday, we have unemployment claims pre-market, so 5:30. That usually just kind of spikes the market, you know, ever so slightly. But of course, we try not to, we don't trade pre-market. So we always wait for a little bit after market open or right at market open. Then we have ISM services, PMI. So definitely got to watch out for that. It's a red folder. And then Friday, we got NFP. So unemployment rate, non-farm employment change, average hourly earnings, employment change. So that's for CAD, but biggest thing is for average hourly earnings and then NFP. So definitely got to watch out for that. So this is pre-market, so we won't have to really worry too much, but it could really spike the market. So just got to be watchful for that. But let's take a look at the charts. So we can see here, this is on the 5-minute. So on Friday, gold just rallied like crazy. I think it rallied like 300 points. So this was like 7 a.m. So from here all the way up, like, sorry, let me switch my screen. So if you guys see the chart, so price literally from here, I'll do 7 a.m. right here. So all the way up here, literally a 546 point move. So that was just insane. Unfortunately, I couldn't even take that because I had taken a loss during agent session that day, and I was already at $1,000 drawdown. So I didn't want to risk any more than that because my distance to drawdown right now is at I think it's at 1400. Let me double check. So yeah, it's at 1445. So definitely got to be careful with that. So going forward, I think I can only max I can risk is like 500. So because we definitely don't want to blow this account. So okay. So we could see we had a huge push here, and then of course let's see what US30 did. US30 almost did the exact same thing. So we had a huge spike here. We had a decent pullback here to this area of support for the most part, and then we rallied right back up to the same endpoint, and then kind of pulled back a little bit. So gold and US30 are kind of running the same pattern right now. So let's go through gold as of right now. So we'll clear this. So remember the new breakdown that we're doing, we're not really doing top down anymore. We're really just going to kind of look at key levels. So of course we're going to look at, we're going to go to the weekly. We're going to mark up the weekly high and weekly low. So which is right here. So we still have an all-time high. So we're still going to mark up an all-time high right here. So that was at 35.90. We'll do 39. Yeah, 35.90. So, and then this is going to be our all-time high. All right, so we have all-time high, 35.90. Because it says the high was at 35.90.6. So, but I'm just going to put it right there. And then, of course, we want to mark up the weekly high and low. So weekly high was right here. And that was at what, 35.19. We'll do 35.20. So weekly high was 35.20. All right, and then we had the weekly low. Weekly low. Just get a little bit more accuracy. As I go to the wick, not the candle, or not the body. So I go right down here, because that's where it last went and then pulled up. So we're at 33.96. So we'll put that as 33.95. Weekly low, 33.95. All right, there we go. We got our weekly high, weekly low. So, and then of course, overall trend, we are a little bit sideways right now. So if you see this, put a little box around it. So we are kind of consolidated. So if we see price went up, came down, went up, came down, came up, came down, came up. So do I think we can break out of this and create hit all-time high? I definitely believe so. So, but typically there is usually a pullback. So, but we just got to see if it's going to continue to keep going. So, but what I usually like to mark up is, of course, overall trend. So the overall trend is we are bullish. So see if we were to zoom out, we've been bullish this whole time. Like we're creating pretty much some consolidation overall, but we're still bullish. So, and plus price pulled down here, but then ended up closing up here. So that's usually a good sign. If we kind of closed below here, then that would have been a different situation. But I think we can break through here. So, but again, this right here is an area of resistance. So we just have to be careful of that and see if it's going to break through that resistance area. So, but I do want to mark up some areas, obviously. So one area I do want to mark up is right here because we have almost equal lows. So one area right here, so 32.89. That'd be like 32.90. And then we have kind of one right here. So this was an area of resistance turned support. So I like this area right here. So this is 30.76. So I'll do 30.75. So because these are areas that prices tapped into before. So if we do decide to break to the downside, these are some areas of interest that I have that price could tap into. So I'll keep it there for now until we actually break out of here and tap into like 32.90. Then that'll give us our overall bias, and then we can actually look to target these lows here. So then we can mark those. But just to keep your charts super clean, I'm going to keep it just right here. And then, of course, we can mark these out. So got an area right here. We have a support area right here. And then, of course, we have the weekly low right here. And then, of course, we have the weekly high, which we can mark that up also because price is tapped into here multiple times. So we got these three areas. So we have to wait for either a continued push up or a break to the downside. But overall, I think we're going to continue to push up because I think we can break through this resistance area. So, of course, we'll look on the 1 hour. So lately, again, if you guys have been watching me, our strategy lately has been, of course, taking trades on the 1 minute. So, of course, we always look for direction on the 1 hour and the 30 minute just to find our bias. So, of course, even just here on the 1 hour, we've seen market structure. So market structure is literally just higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. So if we follow this path, you know, we've pretty much made higher highs and higher lows. So if we see this, so I could see us, you know, possibly pulling back to here if we do decide not to respect this resistance area, we could pull back to here before going back up. Or of course, we kind of had a pullback right here. Sorry, let me get this path. So kind of pulled back a little bit, came up. I think we can continue to push through. We might have a little bit of pullback to this area and then continue up. So, but if not, price again, I think can pull back here. We might tap back into here, reject this resistance again, and then pull down to this area here. So, because it could, before anything, because there's liquidity that got created here, so we could basically pull all the way down here, take out that liquidity before going back up. So these are two things that could happen. So, but again, we need to really focus on this area right here, this area of resistance to see if it's going to be respected or not. So, or if it's going to be if price is going to break through it. So that's what we're going to look for gold going forward. And then let's go to US30. So US30, again, kind of did the same thing. So we'll clear this out. So go to our weekly. All right, so we're gonna mark up our all-time high here, which we're getting pretty close to our all-time high here. So all-time high we have. So the high was at 45,840. I have 45. Yeah, I'll do 35. So 45,835, just because that's a nice psychological number. So all-time high 35,835. All right, now we're going to mark up the weekly low and high. All right, so we got the weekly high right here. What was that at? 45,800. Solid number. All right, and then what was the weekly low? So then price pushed all the way down here and then closed right here. So price was at 45,184, so we'll do 185. Oops. So 45,185 weekly low. All right, there we go. We got our all-time high, weekly high, which is crazy because we're not too far off from hitting all-time high. All right, so we got our weekly high, weekly low. Whoops. Hold on. There you go. I don't know what I did there. All right, so I want to mark up just some areas here where price could easily tap back into. So of course, we do have some areas right here where price did tap into. So we have this area right here, and price tapped into here multiple times. So just in case price decides to retrace. So we have 44,644. We'll do 44,645. So I'm just going to just mark these up. And then, of course, we do have an area right here as well. So price tapped into here multiple times. So we have 43,980.81 to 43,980. And last one would be, of course, right here. So another area right here. Actually, I like, yeah, just right here because we have an area of resistance, support, resistance, support. So different areas of support right here. And this is 43,535. We'll do. So 45,535. All right. So again, these are areas of interest right here. So we'll mark this up. I'll put boxes around them. So we got an area right there. Area right here. this area right here. And then, of course, it would make sense to mark up the weekly high, which was right here. All right, there we go. We got 4 areas. So when we go down to the daily here, we can kind of get a nice picture here. So even with here, just like gold, look what price has been doing. We'll go to the 1 hour like we did with gold, right? And look what price has been doing. So, I mean, slightly different other than, of course, Friday when we had this huge push up. Like we kind of were moving downwards. It wasn't until, of course, that news that happened that it pushed it up. Because if we take this trend line, aside from here, I mean, we were kind of on the down slope. So we did have price kind of broke above here, which broke these highs right here, which could have started a continuation. So of course we were bullish before. So I mean, the overall trend itself was bullish. We did have a slight pullback here, and then we just kind of rallied up. So I think price may continue that way, unless we do decide to pull down to this area right here. Because again, we have all this liquidity. So price could tap all the way back into 44,645 if it wanted to. But that's why we have these areas marked up on the higher time frame. This is all on the weekly. So again, same thing could happen. Price on the 1 hour here could continue to push up. So we can kind of do this. We can pull back a little bit, pull up, try to target all-time high. Or we can have a retracement where we pull back to about here, pull up a little bit, and then we target these lows. So these lows and then even these lows here. So, but I think first would be the weekly low right here. So that's what I see that could possibly happen. So we'll see what happens because the market's going to open up in about seven minutes. So yeah, 2 o'clock. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what price direction it decides to go. Even with tomorrow being a holiday, but Tuesday is going to be good because that's where more volume in the market is going to come in. So Tuesday would be the smarter bet, just to relax tomorrow, enjoy your Labor Day, and come back to the charts on Tuesday. So I mean, for you guys that jump in right on Sundays, you might be able to catch whatever move from the orders that were put in on Friday, so or held over the weekend. So you could definitely do that. But that's where I see gold and US30 going. So it can kind of go either way right now. Of course, on both time frames or both pairs. I mean, the time frames are both bullish for the most part. I mean, we're kind of consolidated we're kind of consolidated here on gold on the weekly. So, but if I stretch it out a little bit, I mean, we are making higher highs and higher lows. So price could blow past the all-time high here, and we could possibly see 4,600, 46.25, so or 36.25. So just gotta look out for that. So, but other than that, that's it for the market breakdown, guys. Appreciate you guys popping on. Hopefully, this gives you guys some insight that I do this every Sunday. If you guys do have any questions, please put a comment down below. Also, continue to follow my journey if you're not already on Instagram. I post all my trades there. Currently on a 100K challenge right now with Tradeify. So we are $2,300 away from passing this challenge. So that's the goal. Is I really want to pass it this week. Like no rush or anything, but if I could pass it this week, that would be great to kind of start the new month. But if you guys can, please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on IG, Nikki_Pips. I'll put it in the description as well. And let's have a great Labor Day, guys. And hope you guys have a great trading week. And we will go live on Tuesday. So stay tuned. Peace, y'all.